Well, I know that you're going to be blessed today. We just came back from Guatemala, and I tell you, one of the things that we see over there in a very sometimes, what's the right word? Grotesque way, is diabetes and its effect. So today you'll be blessed because we will say bye-bye to diabetes. All right, I'm going to show you one of the latest things that have been shown in the medical research, and this is quite amazing. I'm going to be talking to you about millets, not oats. You'll see why. Although oats has been traditionally what has been used. So, millets. It's a group of whole grains known for this potential health benefits. Recent studies suggest that millets may aid in the managing of diabetes. Of course, they're not going to tell you it cures diabetes because there is no money in that, but you know what I mean. All right, so how does it work? Well, millet contains a significant amount of resistant starch, which resists digestion in the small intestine. That's where all those happy little bugs live in there. That's a picture for you so you can see. And this resistant starch serves as nourishment for the beneficial gut bacteria, not the bad guys, so it's the good guys. Promoting colon health. This is important. Well, the protein matrix in millet acts as a physical barrier. So it kind of slows down the digestion process, specifically of starch. Millet polyphenols function as a natural starch blocker, further reducing carbohydrate absorption. Okay, Pedro, translate that to English. What does that mean? All right, so what that means is that when you consume millets, it leads to slower stomach emptying. That is, it takes longer compared to starchy foods like white rice. Of course, you don't eat that. And pasta. That's another one that you don't eat. So this delayed gastric emptying results in more gradual release of glucose. This is the key part. So when you eat white stuff that is ultra processed, what happens is you get a very rapid increase of glucose. So that starch gets transformed to glucose. Glucose goes up and you say, well, what's the big deal? Well, the body then after glucose uses insulin to take it down. Take a little bit further. Do you know what the body uses to then comes down the insulin? Calcium. And guess where it comes from? Your bones, that's right, which leads to osteoporosis. Thank you. Wow, you're a good medical student. All right. So this gradual release of glucose into the bloodstream, reducing blood sugar spikes. This is key. All right. So what does the research show? Until this weekend, even in Guatemala, if a diabetic came to me, which believe me, I saw some pretty dire cases of diabetes and ulcers, etc. I would say you will take 1 cup of oats. This is what the research has shown up to now. Every meal, and your diabetes will be gone. Switch to a plant-based diet, and the Lord will bless you. But look at this research. Look at this graph. In the randomized crossover study, participants consuming approximately 1.3 cups of millet, bird food, basically, experience a significant reduction in hemoglobin A1C. Now, this is not just sugar in the normal glucose. This is the A1C. Why is this significant? Because the A1C, it's a rolling count of 3 months worth of your glucose levels, so just put it that way. So you don't just alter A1C out of the blue like that. You have to have steady levels. And so the research showed that it had a significant reduction of A1C, indicating improved long-term blood sugar control. This study also reported additional benefits such as lowering cholesterol levels. And who needs that? Well, if you want to keep your heart and not have a heart attack, you definitely want that. Well, how much, Pedro? Was it really significant? Well, look at the data. So what you're seeing in this chart is the beginning group, the group that was there, not the control group. The group that was there was taking the millet, started being pre-diabetic. What you're looking at the left side is them being pre-diabetic, which, they will say it's more than 5.5 for your A1C. And when you look at the last part, that one over there, is the end of the study after 12 weeks. And guess what happened? They're no longer diabetics or pre-diabetics. They're within the normal range. What a wonder God put in that bird food. I mean, millets. Really good stuff for you. Okay, so in summary, incorporating millets in your diet may offer significant benefits for individuals managing diabetes. Of course, they're not going to tell you curing diabetes because, as again, I already said it, there's no money in that. Millet's unique properties, including high resistant starch contents and effects of digestion, contributes to a better blood sugar regulation. And consider replacing fine grains with millet to be able to harvest this blessing. So for this one, take a picture. This recipe duplicates the recipe in the study. So if you want to take a picture, and this is normally what I recommend from this week onward. If you're dealing with diabetes, switch to a plant-based diet, ask the Lord for wisdom, and have a cup of millet from this recipe with every meal first. And by God's grace, diabetes will go bye-bye. All right, here's the promise. The thief comes not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy, but I have come that you might have life, and that you might have it more abundantly. There is no need for you to live with diabetes. You can ask the Lord for healing, and He can give you blessings.